Hello, my name is Austin Shadle, and welcome back to the Life Endurance Podcast, where we explore methods of unlocking your true potential in the greatest endurance race we all partake in, life. Happiness, success, and discipline. In a way, that's what self-development is all about. And these are core topics of this podcast. 3 powerful words that are also hard to define. What is happiness? What is success? And what is discipline? You'll likely get varying answers when asking different people. I recently heard a take on all 3 that I think really hits the core of each of these and really connects the terms in a functional way to our lives. So here is a definition of each. Happiness is having better problems. Success is having better failures. And discipline is having better addictions. You'll notice how these definitions apply to what I think are unavoidable parts of life. Let's dig into each of these. Starting with happiness is having better problems. I'm sure you've heard it before and likely on this podcast that you will always have problems. Poor people have problems. Rich people have problems. Fit people have problems. Unhealthy people have problems. They're just different problems. So if we think about happiness, we likely think about only the good. Having lots of money, having the body of your dreams, owning your dream business. But having these things isn't necessarily why you're happy. Not stressing about paying rent increases happiness. Not having obesity-related health issues increases happiness. Not spending 8 hours a day on an unrewarding job increases happiness. You may have new kinds of financial risks by having a lot of money. You have to manage exercise and diet to stay healthy. You have to work hard to maintain being your own boss. You still have problems, but they're better problems. I think this way of looking at happiness can help us in times of being unhappy. We wonder why we're unhappy and we feel stuck. When we start to think about how we can have better problems, we can change how we frame happiness and break through the mental roadblocks we have, allowing us to start making the necessary changes and feel like we're moving in the right direction. Next, we have success is having better failures. What this exposes is another topic I've talked about. The fact that we will never stop failing. If you're trying to improve, trying to move forward in life, you will fail. But failure doesn't mean you're at the end of the road. It's a momentary pause in progress if you choose it to be. The most successful people have also failed the most, but they make sure the failures are worth something. They fail and learn to do better the next time. They keep taking action so that the failure didn't happen in vain. If you fail and give up, it will always be a bad failure. But if you take the failure in stride and try again, your future failures will still create progress. In other words, you have better failures. When we think of failure this way, failure becomes less scary. It influences us to take even more action. And lastly, discipline is having better addictions. I think this really touched on a fundamental truth about being human. That we all have addictions. That we're creatures of habit, for better or for worse at times. People look at my endurance running and think, wow, is he disciplined? But by the time we are truly, quote, disciplined, the action is actually a habit. An addiction. I am addicted to running. It's more of a habit for me. I run so much that I don't feel as good when I don't run for a week, or sometimes even a few days. When we see disciplined people, what we are seeing is someone who reshapes their habits. They change their addictions. We're going to be addicted to something. We can be addicted to Netflix or scrolling on our phone. We can be addicted to indulgent foods or gambling. But we can also be addicted to making progress in the gym. We can be addicted to running even further. We can be addicted to getting better at guitar, getting better at sales, leading a team, or meditating every day. Again, these are things I've covered before, so I'll end with today's life endurance takeaway. If you want to be happier, try figuring out how to have better problems. And if you want to be more successful, focus on improving your failures. And if you want to be more disciplined, try building better addictions. I hope today's episode added some value to your own pursuits. Please subscribe and take a brief moment to share if you think this could help others. To learn more about my background, follow me on Instagram at endurancebeast. To support yourself as well as the podcast, check out my affiliate links below. Thank you for listening, and as always, I look forward to sharing the next episode.